I've been riding the LiveWire S2 Del Mar for the past month, treating it exactly how it begs to be treated, like an absolute hooligan in the city. Forget everything you know about traditional Harley-Davidsons, the chrome, the rumble, the weight. This is none of that. From the moment I threw a leg over it, the flat track stance made me want to slide into corners and sprint away from stoplights. And that's exactly what I did. The first time I twisted the throttle in sport mode at a red light, I wasn't just fast, I was teleporting. There's no clutch to feather, no revs to build, just instant, silent violence that put me 3 car lengths ahead of traffic before I even remembered to breathe. But after living with it, I've found that while it's a master of the urban jungle, it has a very short leash. Frame and build quality. This bike is built on LiveWire's Aero architecture, which effectively means the battery is the frame. The steering head bolts to the front of the battery casing and the swing arm pivots off the back. This makes the bike feel incredibly solid and unified. There's zero flex. It weighs in at 436 pounds, which sounds heavy if you're coming from a bicycle background, but for an electric motorcycle with this much power, it's actually quite flickable. The build quality feels premium. The materials are dense, the switchgear is tactile, though the turn signal button is a bit fiddly, and the paint finish looks fantastic under streetlights. However, the lack of a traditional frame gives it a raw, industrial look that might be polarizing. It feels less like a machine assembled from parts and more like a solid block of propulsion. Ride performance. Suspension and handling. This is where the flat track inspiration becomes reality. The S2 Del Mar runs on 19-inch wheels front and rear, which is an unusual choice for a street bike, usually 17-inch. In my experience, this makes the bike feel tall and commanding. You can see over traffic easily. However, the suspension is stiff. On smooth pavement, it corners on rails, inspiring massive confidence to lean it over. But on potholed city streets, that stiffness translates to a jarring ride. You feel every crack in the asphalt. If you're riding aggressive trails or imperfect roads, your lower back is going to know about it. The agile geometry means it changes direction instantly, but you have to muscle it a bit more than a sport bike due to those larger wheels. Braking. It uses a single Brembo caliper up front. Honestly, for a bike that accelerates this fast, I initially wished for dual discs, but in practice, the regenerative braking is so strong that I barely touched the brake lever in city traffic. When I did need to stop hard, the Brembo bit well, but the real stopping power comes from the motor dragging you back when you let off the throttle. Motor and battery. The power. The specs say 84 HP, but that number is irrelevant. The number that matters is 194 foot-pounds of torque. For context, that is nearly double the torque of many liter-class sport bikes. The acceleration from 0 to 30 miles per hour is genuinely shocking. In sport mode, the throttle response is razor-sharp. In eco or rain, it dulls down significantly, making it manageable for newer riders. Range and charging, the elephant in the room. Here is the honest truth about the battery. City riding. I easily got 100 to 110 miles of aggressive stop-and-go riding. It thrives here. Highway riding, this is the bike's kryptonite. On a sustained 70-mile-an-hour run, the battery percentage drops terrifyingly fast. I struggled to get 45 miles of real highway range before hitting panic mode. Charging is a mixed bag. It supports Level 1, standard wall outlet, and Level 2, J1772 public chargers. Level 1, overnight charge, slow. Level 2, 20 to 80% in about 75 minutes. DC fast charging, none. This is a major omission. You cannot take this bike on a road trip because you can't top up in 20 minutes. You are tethered to the city. Limitations and trade-offs. The S2 Del Mar is unapologetically an urban commuter. If you have a 20-mile highway commute, you will arrive with range anxiety every single day. The lack of wind protection means doing 70 miles an hour feels like a hurricane is hitting your chest. You are a sail. Additionally, the seat is stylish but hard. After about 45 minutes, I was shifting around trying to get comfortable. There is also zero storage, no underseat compartment, no frunk. You are wearing a backpack, period. And while the price is better than the LiveWire 1, it's still a premium toy compared to gas bikes that can do everything this does, plus tour across the country. Final verdict. Buy this bike If you are an urban rider who wants the absolute fastest, most fun way to get from a downtown apartment to a cafe or office. If you want to dominate stoplight drag races and value style and tech over long-distance capability, this is the most fun you can have on two wheels in the city. Skip this if you need to ride on the highway for more than 20 minutes at a time, or if this is your only motorcycle and you like weekend touring. The lack of DC fast charging and poor highway range makes it strictly a short-range weapon.